Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and come on in. And it's about love of orchids on Valentine's Day, as it is all days. And I wanted to share a few things with you that some people might not have picked up on. And then I have a strange article I want to share. And then I'll do a tour because, gee, since December, and yes, we're getting more and more flowers opening every day. So first, I want to show you, I'm going to drip, I know it. This is the orchid I repotted on the last video. Okay, and the buds have still been opening. And there's one more to open, where if I can get it in there. And they have not dropped, not at all. It's very happy. So yes, you can repot and not have your flowers drop and your blossoms drop. You can do it. You watch. There's one more there that's going to open. Right hiding in there. So, yes, watering day is on Saturday, but I did, and this is something I want to make sure you understand. When, I used to have the really large bark, but wasn't able to find it. I'm still trying to get it. But I do have the Rexius medium size, which will help hold a little more humidity than the large. But even though you soak your bark for 24 hours before you repot your orchid, because it's new bark, it's not holding the humidity as long as it would, say, 2 months from now, because it hasn't started to break down yet. So when it starts to break down a little bit, it will hold more humidity. So, after you've repotted it, it is quite all right for the first month or two to give it an extra run through of water halfway, twice a week, halfway from your main soaking 10 minutes. I just go around with the watering can, and on halfway through the week, I just water from the top. So that way, come a couple months and the bark starts to break down, you'll notice you only have to water once a week. And the other problem, of course, is humidity. We have had cold and sunny. It's -9 today, and we've had cold and sunny, cold and sunny. We have a little bit of snow, but the humidity is very hard to keep. Because the furnace is on a lot trying to keep us warm. And I'm going to show you the temperature here. This is the temperature in the window, and it says about 68 or so. And the humidity, see the humidity? Even though I have all the humidity bowls, 3 in each window, the humidity, I'm struggling to keep at 45 right now. So what am I doing? Morning and afternoon, I walk around with a nice mist. And I like this bottle. This bottle is from, I used to use, and I still think it's a great thing. This was the Miracle Grow Orchid Mist, foliage feeder. And I took the label off and I use it for water. And that's because it makes a nice mist. I'm not soaking the soil, but I go around and I mist like that every morning, every afternoon. And you'll watch the humidity go up. And also the plants will enjoy it, because when your flowers are in bloom, they still need humidity. If it gets too dry, they will drop. So this helps I'm not missing the flowers per se. They might get a bit of mist, but I'm not misting the flowers, just the leaves, even the side of the pot, because of the dry air. I think more so even than in the summer. I've been having to be more creative because it's a strange winter. So I wanted to share that with you to make sure. And the best thing to do, because wimpy leaves and sad orchids, too much water or not enough water can make your orchid look the same way. And because they're such slow growers, what happened to them before you got them, or if they're compacted in moss and maybe only the outside ones are getting air, the inside ones are so compacted, those roots actually quit working. They cannot pick up the water. They're saturated in there and they cannot do anything more. They need air periodically. Phalaenopsis should actually dry out slightly before watering. That's why it's best to check the bark. If it's just in bark, it comes out easy, and you can check to see if it's damp. You can see how your roots look, and that's the best way to do it. And the more air spaces, the more spots for air to get in and make healthy roots. So that being said, I wanted to show you, this is the pot that this orchid came in. And if you saw the last video, I took it out of this pot and I drop potted it in this pot after I took it out of the plastic pot. And I noticed that it was really, it had a different sound, and it felt different, and it was thinner than some of the other pots that your orchids come in when you buy them. And I said to Jack, I said, you know, do you think you can dribble holes in this without breaking it? Because it feels nice. Look at this nice pot. This is the pot it came in. And I'll show you, he used the half-inch diamond bit, the same one we've had all along that's drilled all our holes. We have not gone and bought another one because he does it with a battery operated drill, holds the pot underwater and does each one because you don't want electricity and water to meet. So he did all these holes, and if you look inside, he gave me all the little things. And guess what? Instead of porcelain, it was clay. I'm so happy. And the finish on the inside isn't a shiny porcelain finish. So it is clay, and now the inside where he drilled, the outside never chipped, the outside's fine, but the inside layer did come off, but it's only, so that little bit of clay will absorb some moisture. So, not that I have room for another orchid, but this will make a lovely orchid pot. I love the size of it, and lots of air can get in. So, you know, if you're having trouble, because I think I did mention that I was getting low on orchid pots, there's a nice pot. So, and I was out in the greenhouse. We're still picking lemons. I probably water the citrus out in the greenhouse. I probably water every second or third day. Just one watering can for the trees. The geraniums are starting to bush out because it's under 3 layers of plastic, but this sun really helps. Even though it's really cold outside, the sun is helping warm it up every day. And I picked an orange. We're going to have it tomorrow for juice. I'll throw it in the juicer, and we use to just peel it. And then I throw the whole thing in the blend tech and add a little water, and we got nice juice. And we're making use of the whole inside of the orange. So, there, I want to show you a tour how things are going. And before I do that, I have one strange thing. And a friend mentioned, do you know what this word is? And I said, I have no idea. And I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying if you want to think about what you're eating, that they don't have to show on the label and where it came from, you'll be shocked, because this has been going on for years. It's in vaccines, it's in different foods, and you can find all kinds of pros. Some saying it's not doing it, some saying you can go and look at the company's stuff. Lots of information. I'm not forcing anybody anything, but if it's true, you might want to check out this word. It's Phalaenopsis, cells from aborted babies in our food. I don't care what they say it does to the food. I don't want to take any chances. I read it and I'm like, oh, this can't be true. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. Check it out, because if it is true and if they are hiding this from us, you do not want it. So I'm just sharing that with you. And now for something more pleasant, we're going to go on an orchid tour. Oh, and something else. My Christmas cactus flowered at Christmas and Thanksgiving. And guess what? Valentine's Day. You're not going to believe it, but you know, I think it flowered because I have when I soaked the orchids, I used some of the water after I finished. I added a tablespoon of Epsom salts to my 4 to 5 gallon sink with the fertilizer for the last one, hoping to pick up my oldest orchid, and that won't hurt the other ones. And anyway, that wasn't the water that I used, but when watering a little while ago, I used that water. I don't like to waste it to water the house plants, except the ZZ plant, because it doesn't like fertilizer. So I think this might be why, but wait till you see it. So I'll take you on a tour. Okay, might get a peek outside. We shoveled the other day, not very much, and it's just like confetti. It's very light, and as you see, sunny and cold. That's what we get, and at least it's nice and bright, but it's -9 out there today. And here we are. You're gonna see a lot of blooms on this. And it is loaded. It's not just a few. It is all of them. So this is for Valentine's Day. Yeah, they're all coming. It is gonna be loaded. So, So I'm not too sure, but it's pretty beautiful. Yeah. There we go. So I'll turn around slowly. All our knickknacks. We are collectors. I know. Yeah, all kinds of stuff in there. Garage sale finds. Who knows? You find out something's worth, but never sell it. We just like looking at it. So anyway, off we go on our tour. Oh, yeah. Here's the glass painting I did with the 4 layers of glass, for those who didn't see it. So you paint on the front of each piece as it goes to the back, and you get this real in-depth picture. And then for fun, because it's standing on a stand, I painted the back, just a little hummingbird, just for fun. I don't take my paintings anywhere. I've never done anything with them. It's just a pleasure thing for me. And here I am drying some acorn squash seeds, because I have done better using seeds from food if I pick up organic than I am from buying seeds. So I've done really good. So we'll see how we do with these this year. Oops, and Jack just made coffee, so that's the husk that'll go in the compost. Always something going on. And we have the little baby up here. I give it here this dry spot because it's one of my ones that just did struggle a little. So it's got its humidity going. And of course, this is, I gotta make some more little butterfly name tags. Now I think this is, oh, this is the little orchid I did. It's one of the first that opened, and I did it for at the garden show in Salmon Arm last March. It was in flower, and it flowered for us this year. So I'll turn around. Now they are really keeping their flowers quite nicely. So this one I noticed inside here, more buds coming. All of them seem to be getting more buds, and they did get that tablespoon of Epsom salts with the Schultz's fertilizer high middle number. So I noticed here too. There's some beautiful, you know, we're going to see how long they last, but this is from December now. So they're doing good. And the minis are doing good. I don't think the flowers stayed on as long. And I don't like to leave the long stem, but I did. Somebody says on their site, if it's green, don't be mean. And if it's brown, cut it off or something. I believe that's a good idea unless you got an unhealthy plant. If you got an unhealthy plant, cut it off. And of course, here's the one I'm waiting for. I've moved it up into the window so it gets lots of light. And we're getting bigger. We don't know when they're going to open, but they're coming. Yeah. And the one in the little koi hanging basket, I think it was some kind of a holder for liquid for hummingbirds, but I picked it up at a sale. And very nice flowers still. More coming. This one has not got a spike. I think of the 29, 25 are in spike. So Moonglow has decided to also send out some more flowers. She's happy. I just love them. All of them. I hate to pick a favorite. It's kind of like kids. I see we're getting a flower opening here any day. It's just coming. Let's turn this one around. There, if I can get into this corner. Yeah, this one's just opening. There's just 3 on this one, but that's good. We're not complaining. Yeah, just beautiful. Just beautiful. So we're doing pretty good in this window. The misters are all on. And like I say, I just kind of give this whole, excuse me, area a little misting. Okay, let's head into the other room. Okay, somebody's playing guitar in the distance. Mexican theme, nice. Okay, here we go. Look at this, we got one opening here. This is gonna open. See if I can get down in there. What color are you going to be? Here. See, this one's just opening. Okay, and the minis are still doing good. It's dry on the surface, but I'm giving them that extra water. Slowpoke is still slow, but coming. And there's some more coming here. Quite amazing, lots of buds and a new leaf all at the same time. So, and up here we have, I said I didn't have any orange ones, now I got Tequila Sunrise. This is one that struggled and I saved, so it can be done. That was the floppy, wavy leaves, and they're still on it. The leaves never fell, but they just weren't healthy. So that is it for today, and have a really happy Valentine's Day. Okay, we did. We had homemade cinnamon buns. Bye now. Thanks for joining me.